Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was the most crafty of all the wild beasts upon the earth, which the Lord God had made. And the serpent said to the woman, Why is it that God has said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said to the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God knew that in whatever day ye eat of it, your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasing to the eyes to behold, and beautiful to contemplate. And having taken of its fruit she ate, and she gave also to her husband with her, and they ate. And the eyes of both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons to cover their shame. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the afternoon, and both Adam and his wife hid themselves from the face of the Lord God in the midst of the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called Adam and said to him, Adam, where art thou? And he said to him, I heard thy voice walking in the garden, and I was afraid because I am naked, and I hid myself. And God said to him, Who told thee that thou art naked, unless thou hast eaten of the tree concerning which I commanded thee of it alone not to eat? And Adam said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the woman, Why is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent deceived me, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and all the wild beasts of the earth. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thou shalt eat earth all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. He shall watch against thy head, and thou shalt watch against his heel. And to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy pains and thy groanings. In pain thou shalt bring forth children, and thy submission shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And to Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree concerning which I commanded thee of it alone not to eat, cursed is the ground in thy labors. In pain shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat thy bread, until thou return to the earth out of which thou wast taken, for earth thou art, and to earth thou shalt return. And Adam called his wife's name Life, because she is the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and his wife garments of skins, and clothed them. And God said, Behold, Adam is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest at any time he stretch forth his hand, and take of the tree of life, and eat, and so he shall live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth out of the garden of delight, to cultivate the ground out of which he was taken. So he drove out Adam, and stationed over against the garden of delight the cherubs and the flaming sword, which turns about to keep the way of the tree of life.